A 9-6 the Toradors lead as they've really picked up the pace. We're not used to seeing this out of this Boone team, and we weren't sure if we were going to see it tonight. I think we prepped for maybe a little more zone look here, but Coach Rusty Hicks wants to run up and down with these guys right now. Gibson with an inside-out dribble as he's checked by Devin Silball. This is Dylan Schoen with it. He's got Van Pelt on him. Jackson Scott in to the mid-post to Gibson. Underneath to Brown, and he'll draw a foul on number 34, Jude Baumgardner.
Some great ball movement there.
Yes, it was. Putting Gibson in that mid-post in the post, it puts the defense in that awkward situation. Got a sub checking in here again for Boone. Not live yet. Still not live yet.
It's great talking to you.
It is. Number 30, Brandon Holm checks in. Our computer shut down, and now we're up against it here trying to figure it out as Brown catches it on the wing. Kicks it over here to Gibson. Pull-up jumper, that one's short. That one's out of bounds on the line as Gibson fires the air ball. Bombers trail by 3. Easton Ursuline looks to check back in. Schoen will guard. Now it'll be Schoen will dog Baumgardner along with Aguinaw. Baumgardner on the dribble drive, wants to speed up the pace. That's fine as the Bombers want to play this style. We'll see how long the Toradors can make it happen as that one's off no good. Big rebound there by number 54, Landon Myers, the 6'7" junior. Aguinaw gets that one. He looks ahead. Now he'll push it ahead with Schoen. Schoen the left-handed dribble. Cross court to Brandon to Jackson Brown. Downtown.
Doesn't matter.
Jackson Brown.
Brandon Jackson, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't
they
matter.
Both will make
it's a Brown, that's right. As Jude Baumgardner looks like he may have tweaked an ankle there. He'll get a sub in here. It'll be Braden Brooks will check in. Working on getting it to comment so we can, there's 2 streams going, so folks may have to go over to the other one.
Nice pressure there by Bryce Miller. I might know him. His first action of the season, right?
Yeah, he's back healthy again after he got what he wanted for Christmas, was his 2 front teeth back in. Like we've got two streams, folks. We're going to try to get you over to the other one. I think we're live on, if we can get that confirmed, we're live on the other stream.
A good defense walling up there by Jackson Brown.
The way it sounds. Jackson Brown is tied up here 9-9. When Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire reaches in.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. He poked it away, but got too much hand involved on that one. 3:11 to go in the first quarter, tied up 9-9. It's been a lot of pace in this one. If we were salsa, we would be the pace picante right now of
Chunky.
This Tuesday night. Chunky, I would say chunky and clunky. That's a 5-second count as Brandon Holm could not get it in. The freshman couldn't get it in.
And that,
not a live ball turnover, though.
You like to see that because I think that was some pretty great defense out there on the perimeter earlier.
Absolutely. Gibson has it. He's checked by Holm. Now it's Brooks on the switch. Now it's over here to Urson. Up top to Jackson Brown. That was hot. Now to Jackson Scott. Now here comes Brooks with it. Urson with a big time block. Easton Ursuline climbs the ladder and smacks it off the glass. Brooks was there alone, but he wasn't. Ursuline challenges that one, and an answer by Silball. What a sequence there for the Toradors and the Bombers. Ursuline gets it on the nice throw ahead there from Brown. It'll be tied.
Back and forth.
12-11 as Shivers has it. Cross court over here now to Mormon. Sounds like the other stream is working. If we can get those people over there, poked away. Silball has it. Ursuline's out there. Easton's got to be careful, and it's going to be a travel on Devin Silball. Folks, if you join the other stream, I think you can hear us now. There are 2 streams. Let us know if you can hear us on the other stream.
There's another stream. There's 2 streams. Go to the other one.
We're trying to help you out, folks. We apologize. Our computer died on us. It wasn't on purpose by any stretch of the imagination, I can tell you. But let us know if you are on the other stream and you can hear us now. It's Mudd to Brown. Jackson Brown, too strong on that one. Easton Ursuline with the rebound. Got a little nudge out there by Shivers to no avail. Now here comes Brooks on the run. Mudd's back. Brooks up and finishes that one, 13-11. Gibson has it as he's ball pressured by Wes Van Pelt.
You know, Boone has done a really nice job of pushing the pace against us and getting some numbers.
Yes, they have, and that'll be a foul on the floor. I think it'll be the 5th of the quarter, so Gibson should go to the line for 2 here. That'll be a foul on number 1, Dane Brecky.
I know Boone's made a couple threes here to start the game, but everything else has been at the rim, uncontested for the most part.
I think we're getting people switched over to the other stream again, folks. We apologize. Hopefully you can hear us now. Gibson makes good on the first one, so Bombers trail by 2. Under 2 minutes to go, it's 14-12. This Boone Torador team came out really with their hair on fire and have the pedal to the metal right now. They're not backing down. Coach Rusty Hicks has played 9 guys, same as what the Bombers are trying to do. So we could be in for a track meet tonight,
yes.
Tom.
Yep. You know, they play with physicality. They've gone into our body against his press. And really held us off.
Now this is Tyson Shivers with it. Now to be back over here to Brecky. Brecky, a junior guard. He's checked by Gibson. Gibson all over the ball pressure. This is Brooks on it now. Braden Brooks with Miles Mudd, the senior, on him. Brooks with a dribble drive. He hangs and he can't finish, but Shivers is there to knock it around and keep the ball alive. Shivers on the post up. Good dig over there. Bombers with it. Now this is Brooks. It'll be reach-in foul on the ground. There'll be 2 shots coming here, as that'll be a foul on Gibson. Down to 1 stream, moved it over, so we should be good to go, as that's the first foul on Jude Gibson. Braden Brooks will go to the line for 2 shots. Great job by our
technical team.
Absolutely. They're not the best in the game for nothing, folks. They're underworked. Actually, they're overworked and underpaid. That's for sure. The pay's not great here, in case we haven't told you guys. Just want to let you know.
Be sure to get Russ a Jolly of the Month club
Jelly
membership.
of the Month club membership, yep. He was looking to put in a pool, but he'll get the Jelly of the Month club. If you're not familiar with that one, folks, check it out. Christmas Vacation, it's a dandy. Brooks misses that one. Brooks has got 7 of the 14 here for the Toradors. He's been in the right spot, the right time. Caden Aguinaw goes in there, rips down that rebound. Aguinaw will bring the break up himself. It's Aguinaw, Ursuline, Wind and Fire, PK Miller, Mudd, and Gibson on the floor for the Bombers. It's Van Pelt, Shivers, Brecky, Brooks. It'll be a travel called on Gibson. And it'll be a Reed Carr is the other Torador on the floor. Bombers trail by 1, 14-13, 1:04 to go in the first quarter. And it has been a breakneck pace in this one, Todd Father.
Yes, it certainly has. It was a good possession by the Bombers there. You know, Parker really had the lane there, but did the unselfish thing and kicked it and just had a little happy feet.
Good play there by Ursuline, but good.
Better finish.
In a better finish, he nailed it. The Bombers are kind of like us at the stream here. We just kind of got to get settled in, get our sea legs under us here a little bit. Ursuline goes in there under control. Big time finish there from Caden Aguinaw on the rebound. Bombers look to pressure. We don't know who we're matched up there. This will be Braden Brooks with it. He'll bring it down here to Van Pelt. Van Pelt, the lefty, will fire the 3. It's up and no good. Strong off the iron. Ursuline skies for it. It'll be a foul on number 12. Braden Brooks and Ursuline Wind and Fire will go to the line for 2. Gave him that nickname on Friday night while you were gone.
I like that.
No, I heard high flying. I'll tell you what, that block that Ursuline had, folks, you saw it. We tried to call it here, we did, but he came out of nowhere. It's like we put up the bat signal on the backboard, and he just hammered on that thing. 16-15, Boone leads as Ursuline will go to the line for 2.
I would like to say that reminded me a lot of myself, but not at all.
Sure. It reminded me on myself on a 7-foot rim when I was in the 8th grade.
The mini hoop.
The mini hoop, with a dunk ball, for sure. Absolutely 29.1 to go. Ursuline goes to the line for 2. Hopefully you folks up there in South Dakota can hear us now. Ursuline missed that one. Now we got it, and we're cooking with gas now, folks. We appreciate your patience in all of this. As we all are in this world at the network, we're a work in progress.
Yeah. I'm not perfect.
Neither am I. Ursuline rims that one out. Shiver steps out of bounds. Good play there as Easton Ursuline wants that one back as he's going to get a breather here as Jackson Scott will check in. Oh, never mind. Miles is out. Miles Mudd will check out. Ursuline stays in. So it'll be Bryce Miller, Dylan Schoen, Ursuline, Easton Ursuline, Jackson Scott, and downtown Jackson Brown. Into Ursuline. That one's tipped away. Got a little too quick with that pass. Bombers just need to take a breath here.
Yeah, you know, for as well as Boone has come and played with some great pace, Bombers have had some nice plays themselves, and we're down one here, so no need to panic.
Bryce Miller with it over here to Ursuline. Ursuline was looking at Scott for the pop out. He wasn't there. Looks like the CEO, the Chief Energy Officer, Lincoln Miller, is going to check in the game. He's going to give Easton Ursuline a blow. Easton looked a little tired here. So now it'll be Lincoln Miller along with downtown Jackson Brown, Jackson Scott, Dylan Schoen, and Bryce Miller. This is Van Pelt with it here. He'll be checked by Dylan Schoen, and Dylan will dog you 94 feet.
Just got to keep her hands off.
Yes, he does.
Oh, nice.
An excellent effort play, and Bryce will get in and he'll draw the foul. That is an all-out effort play. That is an all-out effort play there from Dylan Schoen and Bryce Miller. Things are getting a little chippy out there as Dane Brecky reached in on Miller. But Miller scooped that ball up, drew the foul. That was an effort play to the nth degree.
Yeah, and the last time I called a game here, my first one, Dylan had all kinds of those plays.
Yeah.
So obviously great to see that continuing, but you know, hopefully like last time that energizes the Ballard Bombers.
Miller will go to the line for his first points of the year.
Probably not how he drew up that one dropping.
No. But it
dropped.
In the scorebook, it goes down as a made free throw. We'll go to that one again. That one's too strong. Got it now. And heads up, got it now. Now Brecky will draw the foul. And I think this breakneck pace is taking its toll on everybody in the gym here for this first quarter. Now that's, both teams are well over the 5-foul mark. Schoen will draw his first foul of the game for the Bombers with 3.5 as Dane Brecky, the 5'9" junior guard, goes to the line. Brecky's checking out his stat line here, trying to find him. He's averaging no points on the year, hasn't made a field goal. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He's too strong with that one. Ursuline checks back in. The CEO, Lincoln Miller, that's the Chief Energy Officer for the Bombers, will check out. Good little minutes there from Lincoln. Ursuline checks in. Brecky will go to the line for another one. Brecky's, he's too strong with that one. Got a double break off of it. Jackson Scott couldn't handle it. And Silbaugh rims that one in and out. And after one, we're all square at 16. You talk about an up and down first quarter, not only for the game, but for the network.
Absolutely.
But we're back live. Whew. All right, everybody take a breath. Even you at home, folks. Stand up, stretch your legs. I think we're in for a treat here tonight. We've got you back up and streaming. As we have a moment here, we'd like to give a shout out to Stealth Athletic Booster members. Huxley Communications. At Huxley Communications, the only thing faster than our internet is our service. The only provider in the area offering 100% fiber optic service. You can depend on us for your home, work, and school. A partner in your community and your trusted source for the most reliable internet service. We invest heavily in the communities we serve. Year after year, we proudly support the Ballard Community School District and Ballard Athletics. A local member-owned cooperative since 1937. We're the #1 local telecommunications provider for the Ballard residents and surrounding communities. Go Bombers, and we thank you, Huxley Communications. Along with Chick-fil-A Ames. Chick-fil-A Ames is proud to partner with the Ballard Bombers. Add chicken to your roster and feel like a champion. Order your favorites through the Chick-fil-A app and pick them up in Ames to cheer on Ballard to a victory. Let's go Bombers. Okay, folks, it'll be Boone Torador basketball to start the second quarter here. Looks like on the floor will be number 2, Devin Silbaugh, number 12, Braden Brooks, number 14, Reed Carr, number 4, Tyson Shivers, and number 22, Hendricks Mormon. Out here on the floor for the Bombers is number 1, Bryce Miller, number 11, Dylan Schoen, 21, downtown Jackson Brown, 22, Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire, and number 20, Jackson Scott.
Nice help there by Scott.
Absolutely great help. Our rotations seem to be a little bit better. Brooks with it on the dribble drive. Checked by now Shivers with a good find there from Brooks. Shivers has it. Now the Bombers look to get it in. Oh, and that's stolen away there. Now Brooks has it. And he'll draw a foul on Jackson Scott, and that was an excellent play by Reed Carr, the senior guard, to steal that one. Sometimes the Bombers get in a little bit of trouble by not knowing who's inbounding the basketball and not getting it up the floor quite quick enough.
Yeah, you know, we kind of cut there from underneath the hoop, and there's just not enough space.
Brooks will go to the line. He makes good on the first one. So the Boone Toreadors take a 3-point lead here with a bucket from Shivers. The turnover created by Carr, and Brooks to the line for the second of a pair.
Brooks had a nice start to this game.
He's
got 9, averages 12 a game.
So he's well on his way to his season average. Is now the Bombers here trail by 4 with downtown Jackson Brown running the show. The Toreadors in man-to-man. Miller with it here on the wing. Finds Ursland. He kicks it over here to the corner to Schoen. Schoen back out top to Miller. Left wing to Ursland. No good with that jumper. Jackson Scott trying to create the jump ball. Bryce Miller goes up for it. Can't come down with it. Mormon shoots it. Oh, the nice little running floater's up and good. Now the Bombers trail by 6 as it's 22-16. Bombers look a little bit out of sorts as this Boone team is not afraid to run with the Bombers.
Boone's done a nice job on the defensive end as well, just rotating and not giving up the easy shot.
Bryce Miller with a left-handed floater there. It's no good. Showing a rip down the rebound. Off the glass with the left hand's not there. Shivers will draw that one in. Ahead to Brooks. The Toreadors will look to run. Coach Hicks is imploring them to get up the floor as quick as they can. Miller with the reach in there. He takes it away. Ahead to Schoen. Schoen over here to downtown Jackson Browns. He's bodied by Shivers. And the shot will count. No, it'll be on the floor. I thought we were going to get continuation on that one from JB.
Yeah, nice job of getting a defensive stop there with a steal and pushing it. Yeah, both teams aren't content walking the ball up the floor.
No,
that's
they
for
are
sure.
not. And I can tell you right now, the officials, if they hadn't got their steps in today, they're getting them in now.
Yes.
I don't want to check the heart rate monitor, but mine would be through the roof right now if I were wearing the stripes. So kudos to these guys.
And one thing to keep in mind here is, you know, both teams went over the bonus, which is 5 here in the high school game. Is foul trouble.
100%. Yeah, as 3 new Bombers check in, it's Jude Gibson, PK Miller, and Miles Mudd. Gibson finds one on the left wing. It's short and no good.
Nice tip
oh,
in
JB
by
with a
Jackson
nice
Brown.
big tip. He timed that one just right. Use that frame and body. No, it wasn't. Silball with a big 3.
That one is.
He'll drain that one. Devin Silball, the 6'2 senior.
I think it's his second of the game, and both of them have been kind of daggers after a score by the Bombers.
Oh, when Gibson's going to be called for the travel. Not sure I saw that one.
Neither do I.
But that's okay, as I think that was a point of emphasis that maybe Coach Hicks put a little birdie in the ear there. 25-18 is the Bombers trail this one by 7 right now. Silball will bring it up. In the corner, good trapping spot there for the Bombers as he's in trouble. It'll be a timeout by Coach Rusty Hicks as he'll get it called from the bench. Good timeout as Silball took right there into the teeth of defense. And with that, you got 2 players and 2 boundaries.
Yeah.
So it's 4-on-1 there.
That's a spot you don't want to stop.
No,
but,
it is not.
He did a nice job not panicking and turning it over. And Coach Hicks took care of him.
Coach Hicks with a good timeout.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 5:49 to go. Bombers trail by 7 to the Toreadors. It'll be Toreador basketball at the midcourt line. We've got the Toreadors are in the green, which is kind of unique because now it's the stomp out, the stigma night, so the Ballard student section is in green.
Right.
And the Ballard coaching staff is in red, along with our executive producer, Russ Zimmerman. So we've got a very Christmassy feel here tonight, Tom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like. And my beard, I could pass as Santa Claus. So ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everyone. But we could really use
I'd like to see a solid defensive possession here out of the Bombers.
A little spurt from the Bombers, and it starts here on the defensive end. This is number 10, Dane Brecky check.
There you go.
Turned over. JB's got it. Oh, and it looked like Silball may have got away with one as Shivers is in there on the reach. Letting him play a little bit.
Good take.
Gibson with a good take under control as he finishes over Shivers. It's 25-20, the Toreadors lead, approaching the 5:20 mark. Brecky picks it up. That's a turnover again. When PK Miller had it, and now we've lost it again, and that's about the 4th time the Bombers have had an easy layup, and they've either missed the layup or turned it over.
Yeah, we're going to look back on that film as a staff here and want those possessions back.
Yep, 100%. As it's a 5-point game, and very easily could be a 5-point game the other way. The Bombers have shot themselves in the foot. This is still ball again from the corner. That's too strong as Jackson Brown goes in for the rebound over the top of Shivers,
really
and Shivers
good
knocks
contest
out.
by Jackson Brown because he did not have position. And you'd probably like to see, if you're Boone, a foul called there. But that verticality is verticality, and they're both going straight up trying to get it. And Jackson just put enough pressure on it to have it go out of bounds.
Yeah, it was. And this is Dane Brecky here with the pressure, number 10 for the Toradors. And he's kind of been a little thorn in the side. It looks like Wes Van Pelt will check in for Devin Silbaugh. So it'll be Van Pelt, Reed, Brooks, and 54, the big junior, number 54, Landon Myers in here for the Toradors. Gibson gets it in from Brown. He'll get the screen here from P.K. Miller. Now he'll have Brooks on him. He's just got to get his shoulders by him and get downhill if I were him. 25-20, the Toradors lead.
Stagger, they like that play.
Downtown, Jackson Brown can't find it. Myers rips down the rebound. Van Pelt has it, the left-hander. He'll throw ahead to Reed. Reed now ahead to Brecky. Brecky back out here to Reed. Reed on the dribble drive. Good take. Kicks it out here to Brooks. Brooks on the drive. Tipped away by Ursuline. Ursuline dives down. Well, now we've got a late foul call on the loose ball by Easton Ursuline. If he'd have stayed down, he wouldn't have drawn it. I think he got up and drew the foul. That's 2 on Easton Ursuline, which could come in crucial here as this Boone team is fairly big. 4:29 to go, and it looks like Ursuline's going to stay in the game. Gibson will get a break. Aguinaw and Schoen check in for Gibson and Mudd. 4:29 to go. 2 fouls on Ursuline. Brecky looks to inbounds, and the Bombers won't make it easy. Brooks with it on the drive. Slides that pivot foot around just a bit. Now we'll find Van Pelt over here. Ursuline flies from the block, and he gets the block. P.K. Miller with it. He'll lead the break. Ursuline right to the rim. He gets the block on one end, flies to the back of the glass on the other end as he has 2 fouls. Got to be smart. Brooks catches it ahead. Toradors with the numbers. Brooks to no avail. Brown will bring it. He'll draw the foul on Brecky. As now the Bombers are starting to get some turnovers, force some quick shots, which is what you want out of tempo, if that's what you want out of tempo.
Absolutely. You know, and they've had some shots at the rim as we've highlighted. Obviously with the block and the finish there on the other end for Easton, that's what that energy leads to. And so the Bombers want to, keep feeding off of those types of things. And early on, Bombers got a nice tip in by Jackson Brown, and they come down and hit a quick 3. And
took the wind out of the sails there, per se, a little bit. With a double with a handoff in the stagger. Now P.K. Miller, he's been held in check tonight. Over the corner, Dylan Schoen with a 3. That one's off and no good. Gibson with a big tip in. Jude Gibson again. Boy, that's 2 times the Ballard Bomber guards have come up with a big tip in. Brooks has it. Now he's going to try to be wolfed by Gibson and Schoen. I don't envy his spot at all. Now he kicks it back out. Now this wasn't his Gibson. Now Jude will throw it behind him to P.K. Miller. Now over to Gibson.
Great
basketball. The layup's good, and now
Bombers.
it's helter-skelter basketball the way the Bombers want to play. It's the Bombers take the lead, 26-25.
And what you don't want to do here is
Schoen dives in there to no avail. You don't want to foul is correct. Now he's got to travel. Folks, as you can tell by the inflection in my voice, should be delay a game call here on number 14, Reed, by the way, because it shouldn't be allowed to shoot that jumper right there, but who am I to say? And he's getting talked to right now, and that should actually be a delay of game call. It won't be called, but by rule, that is what it is. Anyway, folks, it was 25-18. The Bombers are on an 8-0 run. They forced 3 turnovers, had a layup from Ursuline, a tip-in from Gibson, another layup from Gibson, and the breakneck pace is at its finest right now for the Bombers.
Absolutely, yeah. That's how the Bombers want to play, and I think if you can do that without fouling, then the pace of the game is in your favor. Absolutely.
The pace of which you play, and you put the other team in a compromising position. Over here to Schoen. Now over here to Aguinaw. Down low to P.K. Miller.
Nice
P.K. Miller with a little shimmy shake. That looked like a Hakeem Olajuwon-esque there for you Houston Rocket fans in the audience.
There's another one.
There's another turnover. Aguinaw. Down low to P.K. Miller. He gets it taken away. It'll be off of P.K. and I think Caden could have shot that. P.K. wishes he had it back. It was a great pass on the inside there from Aguinaw. I have been super impressed with Caden Aguinaw in these games that I've seen him play. He comes off that injury He's got a good basketball IQ. He's
Yes.
under control. He's got good skill, and he's got great hair, Todd.
Yeah, he has great hair, but I think he just gives you a dimension of an all-around player. You know,
Absolutely.
He's not the strongest or heaviest guy out there, but he knows how to play. Oh, what
Hendricks
a block.
Moore. I'll tell you what, Ursuline set that one up from the get-go. Now it's Ursuline with it. He'll throw it ahead to Schoen. Schoen will throw it ahead over here to Bryce Miller in the corner. Miller pops the three. It's up and no good. And Eastland Ursuline picks up his third foul, and that's a big one for the Bombers. Faithful. He skied in there. Easton's got 3 blocks on the day. He's got some offensive rebounds, and the athleticism with which he brings is something unparalleled on the floor right now.
Yeah, that was a straight-up contest block there with some body and just putting it back.
Yeah,
you know, those are the ones you want to convert on to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love the confidence from Bryce there, taking the shot from the corner.
So do I. No fear, man. It's like that old clothing line we used to wear back in the late 90s. The no fear. You still got it? I love that if you do. I can't wait to see it here over the holidays. Yeah. No fear, man. That's what the which you got to play. Another big time play there by P.K. Miller. It's out of bounds. He had the block on Braden Brooks. There has been nothing easy for the Toradors here in this second quarter.
No. And that's 4 blocks in the past really 5-6 possessions here, starting with the tip from the three-pointer that led to a bucket for the Bombers.
Yep. And now we're having a little bit of chippy talk. We're having a conversation as Tyson Shivers will look to inbounds here for the Toradors. They trail by 3. It's now a 10-0 run. Good play there by Jackson Scott. It looks like it could be off of Van Pelt, but no avail. But Jackson Scott and Dylan Schoen in there. This is the quality minutes you need for your guys off the bench.
And Jackson just didn't get pinned there. He's just working.
He is working.
I think the officials may have something to say here shortly.
And we've had a conversation once. And this is a tricky spot for the officials because both guys are entitled to their spot.
Absolutely.
But both guys are entitled to their spot. Therefore, therein lies the issue, right?
Both these guys are pretty good sized.
Yeah, they are. There's some beef out there. Shivers has it on the wing. He looks to dribble drive. Good spin move there. Tyson Shivers, the big lefty, takes it and finishes. And we got to get the ball inbounds here. Now that'll be Shown with it. He'll catch, turn, and face. P.K. Miller says, I don't love this idea, but Dylan's going to handle it anyway.
Yeah, not necessarily a true point guard out there for the Bombers right now.
Closest thing you would have would be P.K. or this guy, Caden Aguinaldo, with a big-time pass, a big-time block there by Shivers. Coach Rusty Hicks wants to force the tempo. This is Devin Silbaugh, and he'll step out of bounds with it. Toradors got their first bucket there in about a 5-minute dry spell, so it'll be 28-27, 1:46 to go. Gibson will check back in. Downtown Jackson Brown's in the game. It'll be P.K. Miller, Caden Aguinaldo, number 2, and number 14, Miles Mudd. The Toradors will stay in this full-court man-to-man pressure as it looks like Dane Brecky will check in. Braden Brooks will get a well-deserved break because Brooks has got 9 on the evening. Started out gangbusters, had 7 early on for the Toradors.
And I think if you're the Bombers here, you've scored at the rim multiple times.
Oh, and that's a big block by Shivers. Jude may have missed Miles in the corner over there, but Shivers with a big-time play, and Miles Mudd gets that reach-in foul, and not necessary there.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, they essentially have their
kick it out.
They essentially have their defense set. I know Jude had a little lane there, but most of our points have come off of just pure pressure and turnover, so just kind of want a good offensive set there.
2 fouls on Mudd as P.K. Miller chips over his feet. Mormon with it. Hendricks Mormon with it. He kicks it out over here to Van Pelt. Van Pelt for 3. It's off the iron, no good. Aguinaldo's battling for a rebound. Looks like it's going to be called on number 2. It'll be called on number 2, but the number 2 for the Boone Toradors.
Yeah.
Devin Silbaugh will pick that one up. I was a little confused there myself.
And really just a nice job by both those guys for battling. Like it was a long rebound. Tough foul either way. I think either way there for if it was on Caden or if it was on Boone there, but
yeah,
that's what you got to do in those long jump shots, though. You just got to you got to find it.
Passes overhead from Aguinaldo to Gibson. Gibson brings it down now to Aguinaldo. When he got too cute with it, he tried to go to the no look, and there's the ball in front of us. And Jude will try to pick it up as he does. It'll be off of Shivers. Todd, we've said battle multiple times tonight. We've said effort, and all of it's true. If you're watching at home, you're seeing it on the floor. But this has been, it's kind of been ugly at times, but there's been some really beautiful things that have happened as well. So it's high school basketball really at its finest.
Yeah. And I think that you know, these two teams know each other well. They've probably seen each other in the summer. And they're both 2-0 in the season, so there's going to be some.
Caden's getting a little sloppy with those passes now as he's just kind of laying them out there, and there's not enough zip on him to get him there. Good steal there from Jackson Scott, so we're under a minute to play. There's about a 20-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
I really love a nice offensive possession here. There's some of that chin action, something different than a driving
kick. A little something there. This guy with the ball in his hands, not a bad option. This guy either for the Bombers. Back cut right there. Nice play set up there with the eye connection from PK Miller to Jude Gibson. 30 on the game clock. The Bombers with 14 fouls. Jude's got to be careful. This will be Dane Brecky with it on the outside. He dribble drives. He's cut off. Shivers with it. He'll look cross court. Nothing there. Bombers have him bottled up. You don't want to leave Silbaugh open. Nope. He's made 2 of them already. He's too strong with that one. Toradors track down the long rebound. Scott will get it. Now it's PK Miller. He throws it ahead. And there's Gibson. Jude will finish that one. Now it's under 5 seconds to go. Good pressure here as Jackson Brown tips it away. 1 second to go. Brown gets it.
Wow.
Fires it, and it'll be no good.
That would have kind of been fun.
That would have been fun, but the Bombers get forward late there in the quarter. They finish the second quarter in a fury as it is now Bombers 32, Toradors 27. At one point it was 25-18. The Toradors with the lead. So, Todd.
Yes.
I got to take a breath.
I need to do some stretching.
Stretching out,
I think the officials wouldn't mind a little bit of a
they would take a breather. I mean,
really with that pace and how aggressive each team's playing defensively, tough game to call. But you just got to, if you're on either team, you don't really back down here because you're going to the half at a great pace. Both looking to average around 60 in this game.
Yeah, 100%. And I think both teams would love to play in the 70s if they could. And if there's more shots made, that's a distinct possibility.
Like to me.
Absolutely, I'm all in on that. And it's kind of been body blow after body blow after body blow, right? We went down by 8 there, and it wasn't looking great. But the fury came on, and we got, like you said, I think there was about 6 possessions and 4 of them ended in block shots. Which is really impressive. So,
and you know, in the first game I called against Norwalk as well, I just felt like they did a great job. The subs came in and did some nice things. And
yeah, folks, we're going to take a break here, folks, so you can tune into the dance team. We'll be back with you here before the end of the
All routines earned Division I ratings. Their palm routine secured 3rd place. Contemporary earned 2nd. And the inaugural year of the MIX division, the Ballard dance team claimed the state championship.
All right, folks, welcome back for the second half. An outstanding performance by the dance team. State champion dance team, by the way. This last weekend they went down to Wells Fargo Arena and represented the Ballard Bombers quite well. So to set the stage here for you, start the second half. The Bombers lead 32-27 in what was a very exciting first half. It'll be Bomber basketball. The Bombers will come out with the original starting five. It's Gibson, P.K. Miller, Easton Ursland, Miles Mudd, and Jackson Brown. Same thing. That's downtown Jackson Brown. He's off with that one as Mudd climbs the ladder, but Shivers will bring it down. It'll be Braden Brooks here for the Toradors. Brooks will attack, and that'll be kicked
Good
out of
hands
there.
by Jude there.
Gibson, yes, he got his hand in there. The throw ahead, Silball's there. He saves it in to Van Pelt. Van Pelt with it behind the back dribble. He'll get a little pressure here from the Bombers. Now it's ahead to Silball, and Silball will drag his pivot foot. Second time we've seen him travel. It was a good call. Number 14, Reed Carr. Number 4, Tyson Shivers. Number 12, Braden Brooks. Wes Van Pelt is 0 out there. Number 2 is Devin Silball.
Yeah, very similar to how we started the game with both teams kind of turning it over there. Let's see if they get settled in here again.
The Bombers in the half court have not been great, but haven't been terrible either. That one's kicked out. Urson's got a wide open three. He rattles that one in and out, but really good offense there from the Bombers. It'll be passed ahead from Shivers to Reed, out to Brooks. Brooks will fire the three. It's up, too strong. Shivers comes flying in there, knocks it away from Ursland. Shivers will fire the baseline jumper. It's up and good. Gives Ursland a little stare down on that one. 32-29. The Toradors get a bucket.
Good activity there from Shivers.
Yes, it is. He's very active. He's got a big body, too. Gibson with a pull-up. Had Shivers on the mismatch. P.K. Miller gets the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Brooks. P.K. Miller needs to get in the flow here a little bit. Parker's,
right. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Yeah.
He's got some good assists. He's fumbled some passes around. We got to get him going here in the third quarter.
You know, I thought Shivers was left-handed earlier when he spun
back
to his left.
Too, but he
that
shot
was
that one right-handed. That's right. I thought he was left-handed as well, Todd.
My scouting report was wrong.
Yeah, my eyes deceived me is what happened.
I think it was just such a good move to spin back.
The Toradors will go into a zone here. Mudd kicks it over the corner. P.K. Miller. Too strong with that one. Ursland rips it down, but he'll draw a foul on number 14, Reed Carr.
You know, we've had 3 open looks from the three-point line in this to start the half here. Really by, guys that can shoot it.
Yeah, good looks.
Yeah.
By all accounts, really good looks. And law of averages say you're not going to go 0 for 3 in those looks. Miller with a dribble drive. Kicks it out to Gibson. Behind the back to Miller. Finds Brown on the cutter. Brown no good. Shivers rips down the rebound. Looks to throw it off of Gibson, and he will, as Gibson poked it away from Shivers. Jackson Brown missed that one on the easy one. The Bombers have missed quite a few bunnies, we call them.
Yes.
Somewhat easy looks. Gibson's got 14 to lead the Bombers as they lead by 3, Wes Van Pelt. Bombers putting on some pressure here, extending it. Shivers with it. He saves it inside to Brooks. There's 20 on the shot clock. Ball pressure galore here. As we've got a jump ball, it'll stay with the Toradors. So we won't reset the shot clock. It looks like Hendricks Mormon will check in here for Boone. Devin Silball, the 6'2 senior, will check out for Boone. Van Pelt catches in the corner. Lefty will fire the jumper. It's too strong as that's Shivers with it. Another left-hander Reed in this corner, and he knocks that one down. Offensive rebound. Points for Boone, tied up at 32.
Yeah, nice out-of-bounds set. Got him an early 3. Just didn't quite box out on the backside there.
Gibson attacks that one. That'll be 16 for Jude as the Bombers take a 34-32 lead. Brooks has it. Now he'll bring it over here to Van Pelt. Now it's 3-on-1 in the corner. That's Mormon will fire the 3, and he'll make that one. Leaving guys open, that's the risk you take. 35-34, which is fine, as that's what the Bombers are meant to do.
Nice kick out.
Downtown Jackson Brown, too short with that one. Shivers gets that rebound. Good look there for the Bombers. Mormon brings it up. He'll find some ball pressure from Gibson, and Jude will get a ticky-tack one as he got lazy on that one.
That's the token one.
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure where that ever came about, but sometimes I kind of liked it when they called it on my kids when they did it, because they shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah, shouldn't have been doing that. It's kind of like getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Well, you knew that it was wrong, but you did it anyway. 35-34. Almost 3 minutes in here to the third quarter. Braden Brooks on the drive.
Good
Challenge there.
contest.
Good contest by Urson. That'll be punched out of bounds by Tyson Shivers. For as active as Ursuline has been for the Bombers, Shivers has been equally active for the Toradors.
They're both fun to watch and go against each other, to be honest.
It'll be Brecky checking in. Dane Brecky will check in for the Toradors, as he's checking in for Wes Van Pelt, I believe, but Van Pelt's not hearing him. PK Miller will inbounds it here. He'll get some help from Ursuline. Ursuline now he'll back to Miller. Nice to have PK Miller, his skill set to be able to handle this.
Yeah.
He's got Corey Reed on man-to-man. For PK Miller to take him right down inside if he can, as Gibson will back out to PK. Now over here to Mudd. He'll pump fake the jumper from the perimeter. Back out to Miller on the wing. Ball's tipped away. Now Brown will save it. Cut to Gibson, and he'll be fouled by Tyson Shivers as Jude took one, looked like there to the right breastplate, but he'll draw the foul on Shivers. That's his second.
Yeah, nice job by Jackson by corralling that ball, but then throwing a pinpoint dime to Jude Gibson here.
Right back into the Jude on the cut. Gibson will go to the line for two. Jude Giggs good on the first one, so ties it up at 35. Aganaw and Schoen will check in for Ursuline and Mudd. So now it'll be Aganaw, Miller, Schoen, Gibson, and downtown Jackson Brown. Gibson will go back to the line for the second half of the pair. He makes good on that one, does Jude. So the Bombers will come out in this pressure. This is an athletic lineup they have in here. Shivers can't find anybody,
Nice
and he'll be
job by the
forced to
Bombers.
call a timeout. Good job by the Bombers.
And you knew if Jude would knock that second one down, that's what was coming.
Yeah, you knew pressure was coming with that free throw. You're right.
They did a nice job of just passing off cutters there and not really running with them.
Not chasing, putting themselves in a spot that wasn't so great. Folks, well, we got about 30-second timeout. We got to give a shout out to Flight Bar and Grill, our main sponsor for the Ballard Network. Matt and Marianne and the folks over there have been gracious with any idea and their time, their money, their dollars, all the things we've done. We've had some flyby shows in the past, and they've been on board with all of it. So we appreciate Flight Bar and Grill. If you're coming through town or in town, stop in and see them. Right there on the west side of Highway 69 as you head north out of town or come in from the north. It'll be on the right side just after the four-way, or the light, I should say, the four-way stop with the light. So here we are, 36-35, Bombers lead, Boone basketball.
I could go for a Flight burger right now.
Yeah, I could too. I'm kind of hungry. There's not much I don't like at Flight, I'll be completely honest with you. I've tried just about everything on the menu in their time here as the Bombers bring pressure. And this will be Reed with it, the left-hander.
Oh, good hands by PK.
Away by PK Miller. Now it'll be Gibson with it with Brecky hounding him. Jude gets it back out here, gets it reset. Brecky will dog you out top. Over here with a strong pass from Gibson to PK Miller. He has it over here, now outside here to Jackson Brown. He corrals it. Brown will go on the attack. Corner three from Gibson. He was practicing those earlier. And Gibson was going over and back, had to save it. Mormon will take the three, and it's too strong, but Gibson will climb up. It'll be off of Shivers. Shivers is looking for a foul call. Lucky he didn't get one called on him. Right now, the energy of chasing some loose ball just isn't right there for the Bombers.
Yeah. You know, that was a really great offensive possession, though, with a little dribble drive action, driving kick. And, you know, Bombers have missed 5 or 6 open threes.
Yeah, yep. Again, we've missed the buckets, and we saw this in the Norwalk game, right, where we got into a kind of a rock fight where we didn't shoot it at a high percentage.
Right.
And we saw against Bondurant Farrar on Friday night. We shot it at a decent clip and ran him out of the gym. Gibson will try another three. That one's no good. Aganaw tries to track down the rebound. It's not there. Foreman's trying to look ahead. Now he gives it to Brecky. Schoen was there almost with a foul, but not there. Now it'll be a touch foul on Jackson Brown on the dribble drive. It'll be the second of the quarter. And Brown, as Gibson can't get one to go from three-point land. Again, some good open looks for the Bombers from distance. Evidently, the operator is busy and not letting us get dialed in.
Right.
That's not a thing. I think it's still an operator somewhere, maybe a hotel room.
Yep.
I don't know if you got a landline, maybe you can get a hold of the operator.
And the scoring in this game has slowed down a little bit.
Yes, it has. It has become that kind of mucked up rock fight.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Great
big finish there by Braden
there.
Brooks. Ball pressure there from Wes Van Pelt. Is now PK Miller will bring it up against big Landon Myers. The Toradors have a 37-36 lead. And the Bombers are in for a dogfight, folks. And we knew it from the very tip. It's 37-36, approaching the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Downtown Jackson Brown out here to PK Miller. Now in the corner to Schoen. Schoen will flip it across. It'll be tipped out of bounds. He was looking for Aguinall. 11 on the shot clock for those of you keeping track at home. And Aguinall looks to inbounds it. Here's Gibson with it. He'll take it on the dribble drive.
Nice pass.
Schoen with a find from Gibson. He'll make good on the bucket. Brecky brings it up against Dylan Schoen.
Oh.
Mormon has it. Schoen on the dog.
Now
find
back
a shooter
over
here to Wes Van Pelt. Van Pelt can't find it. Good block out from PK Miller. The Bombers will look to run. PK will bring it up. He'll kick it out here to Dylan Schoen. He'll fire up a three. It's up and good. Dylan Schoen, you just saw him make a layup.
Yep.
And now we have the confidence to shoot the three-pointer.
Well, sometimes when that...
Oh, and Gibson just finds the line as they had the steal. It's 41-37, 2:32 to go. Gibson knocked it out of bounds.
I didn't see that one go out of bounds, but I also had him sitting in the upper deck
Our
here.
vantage point is not great.
Love the energy there, and that sometimes is what happens. You see it go down by just a layup. All of a sudden, your confidence is soaring, and you hit a big three ball. Nice sequence there from the Bombers.
Absolutely. Always a tough inbounds here, as we've seen from the Bombers. This is number 30 with it. His Mudd comes from behind, snacks it away. Bryce Miller will go up for the finish. And big time finish from the Bombers have turned up the heat in here.
Great
it's
hands
a cold
from
outside,
Miles.
but it's hot in here for the Bombers right now. Brecky brings it down. Trapped by Scott in
Just
Mudd.
can't foul him. Just got
Again
to
in the
keep him
corner,
there.
Miller's got him suffocated down there as Brecky and Coach Rusty Hicks calls a timeout as he did not like what he saw. And just like that, the Bombers can pour it on you, Todd Father.
Yep. Yeah, you get a couple turnovers. You get an easy bucket to start, followed by a three-pointer. Then, obviously our bread and butter, playing some defense, full court, get a nice steal and an easy layup. I mean, you can't ask for a 7 points in a quicker span better than that.
Yeah, for sure, and you called it best with Schoen getting that feed from Gibson on a great pass from Jude. Dylan takes it up with his left hand, and then he finds himself opening for the corner three. And not Dylan's forte, and he'll be the first one to tell you that, but he shot it with confidence, right? We talked about Bryce Miller in the first half.
Yep.
Wish it could go down. That's one of the things, if you're going to play with tempo and you're going to play and you're going to see minutes on the floor, you got to play with confidence and you got to shoot the ball when you're open.
Yeah, there's really no room for not having it in that confidence. And you just got to take what the game gives you and make the most of it.
For sure.
And I just love how energy plays, diving on the floor, lead to just great opportunities and just a run in the game of basketball. And it's so fun to watch.
And you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it in the gym, and you can feel that energy level start to rise. And you folks at home can probably hear it in our voices, or especially mine. But when it gets going and things are going well, it is so much fun to watch. And the Bombers they really can come at you in waves. We've seen Miller's been on the bench for a while, along with Aguinall and Schoen, and you bring them out here, and they've got energy.
Yeah, they're ready to play. I think they're eager to play as well.
Absolutely, yep. Another quick hands there from the Bombers as Schoen gets it turned over. He fires it ahead to Mudd. Mudd with a Euro step. And it'll be on the ground, but a nice Euro step there for Mudd. He couldn't find Miller quite quick enough. But good Euro step there for Miles. 1:51 to go. 35 seconds on the shot clock as it resets on the foul call. Wholesale substitutions as it looks like Devin Silbaugh, Braden Brooks. And I can't tell if that's Corey Reed, or excuse me, Reed Carr checking in, and it is, as Brandon Holm, Brecky, and Mormon will check out. Aguinall catches into the corner over here to Mudd.
One more here.
As Coach Miller's coaching him up here from the headset. Mudd from distance, it's not there. Aguinall gets the rebound, finds Scott underneath, back out to Schoen. Schoen's three ball is up and good. Dylan Schoen. Dylan's having a whale of a game as he hits the three. It's a 9-point lead for the Bombers, and the pressure is up again.
That's 8 points.
This will be Brooks with it. He's wolfed from behind by Dylan Schoen, and he just got him on the arm. An excellent call by the official as Schoen was there trying to tip it away.
I mean, really the last minute 30 with Dylan putting the ball in the hoop has been a huge turning point, obviously. And that all starts with his energy on defense.
100%. Couldn't have said it better,
It just
my
starts
friend.
the engine for him.
Yeah, it really does. And he feeds off of that himself, and
I
everybody
would
else
want no
does. And it's
part of
right here
this.
again. It's right here again. And he's heating them up. And it is, we are all over him. And this is a big-time
Huge
finish
bucket.
there by
Huge
Carr.
bucket by
Because if
Boone.
that doesn't go down, weird things start to happen for the Toradors as Mudd brings it up. Now everybody on the floor, with the exception of maybe Jackson Scott, can handle it. This group that's out here for the Bombers is given great energy. Maybe getting a little tired. Bryce Miller here with it on the dribble drive. He kicks it over here, finds Mudd in the corner. Mudd will take it to the baseline, down to the side, finds Aguinaw. The feathery soft jumper's up and good. Caden Aguinaw, number 2 for 3.
What a baseline pass there.
Yes, it was. Aguinaw with a turnover. He finishes it now. He flips it over to Dylan Schoen. What a beautiful pass. Caden Aguinaw to Dylan Schoen, and the Bombers lead by 11.
Let's just not foul here.
All Bombers here. Late in this one, it's a turnover again. Mudd hustles after it. Now, Schoen to Aguinaw. Aguinaw off the backboard. I'll tell you what, the place is going crazy. Coach Rusty Hicks wants a timeout. You will not see a faster scoring barrage of that in basketball in all my years, Todd. That was 8 straight, and I didn't even blink.
I mean, you're standing, you're jumping. I love it.
Holy smokes.
That was 8 points in 7.7 seconds.
Man alive, I will tell you what, folks, I'm going to go back and watch the replay and turn off the volume. Holy Toledo, was that something to be held right there from the Bombers? We thought we were going to go into half, make it real easy to the quarter break, and the Bombers said, oh, no. Caden Aguinaw and Dylan Schoen took over the last 10 seconds of the ball game.
Yeah, that was some great unselfish basketball, giving up your body, scrapping for loose balls, and they just turn into layups. And I know that Boone may have wanted a foul there, but I mean, if I'm on the other side, I'm applauding because that's the effort I want my team to give, to be quite honest with you.
Absolutely, and it happened here with Schoen, and we got it tipped away, and then Miles Mudd is diving on the floor, and we're diving here, and we're diving there. It looked like the Olympics with how much diving was going on out there, Todd. Holy smokes.
It was fun.
Wow,
it was fun. It did get you to stand up, by the way.
It did. Well, I was excited. I just got a text from a guy. He says, you and Todd make a good duo. I'll tell you what, I agree.
The Tim and Todd shows coming to a basement near you.
You bet. The Todd father is in the house, and the defense is here to stay for the Bombers as now we lay off. Now we're going to see just a little bit of a token zone, as I like this switch up here from Coach Schertz, as he's going to make them do something they don't want to do, just like that one right there. Shivers gets the rebound, and you're right, Todd.
Yep.
You nailed it right there.
Yep. You know, because you go into that timeout as Boone, and you're saying, you got to take care of the ball, fellas, and then they back off, and maybe you don't get the shot you want, although it was a solid look.
Yeah.
But you just got to finish it if you're the Bombers and box out and finish that play.
Finish with a rebound, 100%. And, you know, we were down 2, and now we're up 14, and it has been something wild. And again, I will give Tyson Shivers, this senior, and he had a really good football season. He's a presence on the football field. He's had a really nice game tonight.
He has been super active and tough.
Yep.
I love his presence. I'd take him on my basketball team anytime.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. He's got 11, looking at 12, but he plays under control. He's got a really nice stroke, really.
Yep.
From that free throw line. So under 15 to go. Bombers have it. They lead by 12. It was 53-41. Gibson has it. He's directing traffic. Flare screen.
No.
Got it tipped away. Nice play there by Jackson Scott. Now Gibson has it.
Nice.
Oh, and he finds Aguinaw on the no-look pass as Caden Aguinaw finds his way to the basket again. I will tell you right now, if you're the Aguinaws and you're going to watch about quarter of basketball or maybe just a minute 30, that one is for the highlight reel for Caden.
Absolutely. I'm playing it for the grandparents at Christmas.
Absolutely, 100%. He found his way to the open spot, and the play that made it happen was Jackson Scott.
Yeah.
They tipped the pass.
Yeah, because you're looking there, they got a nice little flare screen to the corner. That's what they're looking for Jackson to hit a 3. It gets tipped, and Jackson Scott, saves it, essentially, and could have went the other direction. But, yeah, just an unreal turn of events. I was looking, and we're going down, and we're up 7, and I'm thinking, this is a pretty good spot with the way that quarter went.
Sure.
And then it blows up to 14, and here we are.
I'm with you, brother. I was watching, and I thought, hey, we were down 3, we were down 2, we weren't playing great, and all of a sudden, bam, we were on you. It was just like we We smacked him in the face, and Coach Hicks couldn't do anything about it. And as a coach, that is a helpless feeling when you know what you're trying to do, but they are just doing what they do to you, and that is what you call dictation basketball.
Yeah. I mean, the ball pressure there for that minute was heavy and hard. And like I said, I wouldn't want any part of it. He would have exposed me as well and shown the world that I have 0 left hand.
Fair enough. You mentioned that last week, but I'll tell you, and you wouldn't want anything to do with these Bombers right now, I'll tell you what. So back here on the floor for the Bombers, the original starting 5, it's Gibson, P.K. Miller, downtown Jackson Brown, Easton, Ursuline, Wind and Fire, and Miles Mudd. For the Toradors, it's 14 Reed, number 12, Braden Brooks, along with Brecky, Shivers, and Van Pelt. As
nice inside-outside
Ursuline, Wind and Fire attacks the rim, and he gets the bucket. Now the Bombers come back with pressure here as Brecky has it. He's being bottled up by Miller. He gets it ahead over here to Van Pelt as he'll be dogged by Gibson with a little push off there. Now we kick it out here to Reed. Reed fires a 3. It's up and no good. Gibson rips down the rebound. It looks like the Bombers are ready to run again.
It's going up top.
Oh, he was looking for him. Now he's got P.K. Miller over to downtown Jackson Brown for 3. It's up and it's no good. Excellent ball movement there for the Bombers as I rose to my feet. It's 57-41. Bombers lead by 16. Brecky on the drive over here to Brooks. Now we got the tempo where we want it. Got to finish with a rebound as there is Gibson. Now we look ahead. Mudd's got it down here. Now we got another layup, and they finish with a defensive rebound, and it's now an 18-point game. And I'm not kidding you. 3 minutes ago, we were down by 3. It'll be a travel again here on Brecky. Todd, we touched on this in the Norwalk game, and I talked a little bit about Coach with Mr. Ethan Hotel.
Yep.
But over time, and you run this many guys and that much pressure, it wears the team down. And I think you're seeing that firsthand right here with Boone.
Yeah, because you're just like, please get him off me.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Right. Kind of yelling uncle, right? Type of thing almost. But when you play enough guys and how he carried it, that's a really good call. That's a really good call on Jude, and he knew it too. But you play a lot of guys, and you can keep guys fresh, and then you get those bursts.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. We've seen it multiple times. We saw it in the Norwalk game when we kept the ball in the corner for about 40 seconds.
Yep.
Straight down there.
I'd love to see a full defensive possession here out of the Bombers. Just not giving up an easy one.
That's a coach talk if I've ever heard one right there, folks. That's why he's one of the best in the business with us, because he's right on. Van Pelt.
Good shot.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot there from the left-hander, Van Pelt.
A nice shot. He's got a really nice lefty stroke. Yeah, but the left-handed shooters always make it look better.
You know, I've said that for years. My favorite to watch shoot it was Kelbert Cheney for Indiana.
Yes, sir, number 40.
You bet. Downtown Jackson Brown, he can't find it. That's one thing that we haven't seen much of tonight is downtown.
Right. Nice hands there.
Ursuline throws it ahead.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and can't find it. Now Mudd gets the rebound. It's up now. Now it's a 20-point game, 63-43. The Bombers still keep, 61-43. Oh, and Jude mishandles that one. Will go off his leg. We're getting a little lackadaisical here. It's an 18-point game. I got to catch my breath, Todd.
Well, I can speak up.
I mean, no, you're doing a fine job. We've had lots of great comments, but I'm sweating. I'm standing up. I'm sitting down. It's just, I was a bit nervous. Good defense there from Ursuline.
There's nothing you can do there.
Oh, now we got to get in.
There we go.
Good play there by Brooks.
4 on 3.
This is more. He's been known to make those. He misses that one as Brown climbs the ladder. And I think it may be a foul on number 14, Miles Mudd, possibly. It'll be a foul on number
2.
I'm not sure who it was on.
It was on Boone.
Oh, it was on Devin Silbaugh. It'll be his second. Okay, I was going to say, we don't have a 2 out there for us. We do, but Aguinaw is on the bench with a well-deserved break. Aguinaw, wow, Caden Aguinaw and Dylan Schoen put on a show the last 2 minutes of that third quarter. But onward and upward here, as we always say, Rafiki says to Simba when he hits him upside the head, why did you do that? It does not matter, it's in the past. Gibson can't find that one as P.K. Miller fights for the rebound. Could be in a battle with Tyson Shivers.
By Parker.
You know, we have not shot the 3-ball well outside of Dylan Schoen tonight.
No, I would say if we did a shot chart of made baskets, they are inside the lane.
Yeah.
And a lot of them obviously against pressure and turnovers and some steals. But, yeah, we've made a lot of threes.
We haven't. And we've got the guys that can do that. Brooks will bring it up here against the pressure. That'll be checked by P.K. Miller, and he'll guard at about 26 feet. Down in the corner is now Mudd's in there, and he'll reach in and he'll draw the foul.
It's all right.
Miles really doesn't love that call, but that's
doesn't.
that's okay. But those are the things. You put the onus on the official because you keep doing that. And we've been digging at the ball all night long.
Yes.
We have got a lot of touches on passes, on dribbles, on everything. So it's been really impressive. Gibson will check out, as will Miles Mudd. Bryce Miller and Dylan Schoen will check in. Good to see Bryce back in. Took a shot in that scrimmage after Thanksgiving. Knocked his front teeth a little loose, so all he wanted for Christmas was his 2 front teeth. He got them.
And he kept them.
Devin Silbaugh from the corner. He's got that really feathery soft, and that's an ill-advised pass, and Silbaugh gets called for the travel. But those are the things you talked about, Todd, is cleaning up.
Yeah, I think right now you're thinking, okay, we're up 18. Let's keep putting it on them. But I think you just got to have a few really strong possessions offensively, and then it opens up again. Because your bread and butter is your pressure. And the only way you set up your pressure is if you score the basketball.
100%. Well said.
And with this group in here, there's a lot of athleticism. I'd love to see Dylan guard, 94 feet away again.
Tyson Shivers goes up and blocks that one on Ursuline. You don't see that very often happen to Easton Ursuline.
What, straight up?
Yes, he did. And good play there from Tyson Shivers. I tell you what, I don't know where he's going to school, but I feel like the athlete that he is, he can make a difference somewhere on some sort of field. Maybe not in basketball, but on the football field especially. He's got a great tight end body on him. Big body, big frame, athletic. Bryce Miller on the corner for 3. It's up and no good. Ursuline will rip down the rebound. He can't find anybody open. Now he kicks it out to Miller. Miller will find Schoen in the corner for 3. Dylan Schoen again for 3. It's up and no good. Jackson Brown climbs the ladder. Tyson Shivers comes down with it. He'll look ahead. He'll slow it down. Hendricks Mormon will bring it ahead. There's still ball over there, but Dylan Schoen flies across there, knocks it out of bounds. 4:26 to go, 29 on the shot clock.
I don't know what Dylan's closing speed is.
Fast.
But it's fun to watch. And it's clearly fun to watch on the football field as well.
Yep.
Plays with some reckless abandonment and obviously always gives up his body. But
right.
He does have some great anticipation skills on the basketball field.
He does. He plays that safety spot in the football field. And
nice
like
strong
a missile.
take.
That was a great take again by the man we just talked about in Shivers. I think Aguinaldo might have just banged knees is what it looked like to me. That's what we're hoping for, is just a banged knee. I think he's okay. We'll see here.
I think probably more scary than anything for Caden.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what
Trainer Jordan's over there. You got some guys looking at him. And it is, too, right? You come off those injuries. It's been kind of hard luck for Caden, but I think hopefully he just banged it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. Scott with it, and he'll get travel called on him. There's Jackson Scott.
Now, since that barrage, then the end of third,
we haven't done much. No, we have not. We had a couple of buckets, but now it's 61-45. It's a 16-point game. Now we're looking for the 5-second call, but that'll be the last and final timeout for the Toradors. It's their final, so they've gone through all 5 of them. The Bounders have not used one yet tonight.
That's true. Coach Shirt's taking him home.
Yeah, he's kind of going with the Roy Williams model. Roy always likes to take him home at North Carolina. He just maybe thought he could save him for later.
I always had a couple, my assistant coaches when I was coaching high school ball would always ask me kindly, you can't take those home.
That's right.
You might want to use some.
That's right. That's true. Was it kindly like that, or was it, hey, coach?
Hey, let's work on something.
What the heck are you doing here? Hey, we could really use a timeout here, huh?
No, they said it with definite grace and.
For sure. I do have to give a shout out to our student section tonight, folks. In the 3 home games that we've had, they have shown up and shown out. Tonight they're in the green with a Stop Out the Stigma night, just trying to raise awareness for mental health awareness. So kudos to the student section. They've been active. They've been involved. They were good sports in the pregame warm-ups, as there was a student from Boone on the basketball team, and he was making some shots, and they were his biggest cheerleaders. So shout out to the student section over there. For the Bombers, 4:06 to go now, 61-45. It's not over by a long shot. The Bombers need to kind of take care of business here, stay active, be productive with their possessions, as you touched on. Good switch off here again. Schoen gets his hands on it. Jude does a nice job of kicking it out. And now he'll get called for the travel. See, there's no need for that. If you're Jude, just bring it out, set it up, see what happens. we've had some unforced turnovers tonight
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
with
we
the
have.
dribble and with just some things that are somewhat uncharacteristic.
You know,
of us.
and that sometimes when that ultimate confidence comes throughout that game, you start doing some things maybe you'd rather not. But I've always, you know, taught my teams, let's try not to get too high and not too low.
Yeah, that'll be a foul on Schoen as he was called for the, I guess, the push or the saddle ride over there on the sidelines is what you could say.
Yeah, he was displacing the other.
It was displacement.
Yes.
Displacement is for sure. A Mormon has it out here. Hendricks Mormon goes over there to the corner to Van Pelt. Now up top to Mormon. He'll dribble drive, shoots the floater. It's up and no good. But Shivers comes flying in there. Can't hold on to it.
He's a tough box out.
Yes, he is. Yes, he really is.
Gosh, I guess he does average 13 rebounds a game, Tim.
Oh, that makes sense then.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, and Scott had that one laid off to him for Gibson. He couldn't
He's got
come
to
up
hustle
with
down. Good hustle.
Speaking of hustling, there's
There he
Dylan
is.
Schoen.
Yep.
Jackson does have to hustle down. You can't, there's no time for hanging your head in this game when you're playing at this pace. That's for sure. 61-45, it'll be Boone basketball. Shivers will take it out. Mormon's on the floor. Silbaugh, Van Pelt, and Braden Brooks. For the Bombers, it's mud out here on Silbaugh. It'll be kicked away by Jackson Scott. Bryce Miller, number 1. Number 11, Dylan Schoen, and 23, Jude Gibson. Good to see Caden Aguinaldo. We'll check back in the game here for Bryce Miller. Easton and Ursuline Wind and Fire looks like he's getting ready to check in. He'll come in for, looks like Dylan Schoen with a much-deserved break.
I know Caden's dad very well, and I'm sure he's happy to see him.
Yeah, for
back
sure.
out.
Yeah, they put in a lot of time. They've really tried to get him stronger and checking on his diet and things like that. So kudos to them. As he checks Braden Brooks here, looks to get it inside to Shivers, and he does. Cross court to Hendricks Moore.
Oh my!
And that one was
out.
You know, I will tell you, for you folks listening up there in South Dakota, I know for a fact that Easton Ursuline Wind and Fire's mom was a volleyball player, and that looked like a kill if I've ever seen one. Looked like the set and the spike there for Ursuline. Good back cut to no avail as Van Pelt wasn't ready. Ahead here to Gibson. Bombers look to run. That'll be inside.
Nice pass.
Silbaugh will foul Ursuline. He'll go up for 2. Really good pass. Under control there was Gibson to Ursuline. 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, well, why not reward the big fella after that block and the steal?
For sure. Ursuline misses that one. And the student sections are having a good time with each other, it seems like, as it looks like number 54, Landon Myers, checks in. You talk about a big-bodied kid, 6'7", Landon Myers.
Yes.
And Ursuline gets that one to rattle in, and it's down. So Hendricks Mormon will bring it up here. Oh, we got caught on the switch. It wasn't there, and that's no good from Brooks. Need a little help here as Jackson Scott will bring it up, push it ahead to Mudd. Mudd will bring it out here to Gibson. Gibson will get us reset. He'll be checked by Hendricks Mormon on the ball screen. Now inside to Mudd. And he'll be called for the travel. He found Aguinaldo over there on the wing as Caden found himself open again. 62-45, 2:42 to go.
You know, the flow to the game in this quarter has kind of been tough.
It really has, especially the way we finished the third, right?
Yeah.
But there's good effort again there from Easton Ursuline as he knocks it off a big Landon Myers
there's
leg.
zero quit in each team, but there's just not a flow necessarily to this.
Yeah, it has been very
and it's not been because of fouls or anything like that. It's just, you know, trying to make maybe the play, you know, look a little prettier than. There we go.
Yeah, right there, just not a great pass from Jude again. And there's been a lot of turnovers again. I mentioned it once, folks, but just things that as we continue on throughout the year, and you talked about it, Todd, is just, you know, finishing things and finishing games. You just want to be better about it, right? You want to put the dagger in them, which is fine, and I'm going to call it. I mean, again, this is just uncanny turnovers right now that we're seeing from both sides, really.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. It's just
both teams are well into the double digits in turnovers, and some of them forced and some of them unforced. Right. And that's, again, you said the flow of the game has not been spectacular here in the fourth quarter, but it was If we'd have lived up to the end of the third quarter, I would have been down for the count, brother. You'd have been flying so low. Russ would have had to put the heads on.
Right.
Folks, I do have to mention, executive producer Dan Ingsler is out of town in New York. He gave Mr. Zimmerman here all the instructions. Russ did a fine job for us. Russ said, hey, do I got to worry about plugging the computer in? Dan says, no. It won't die on you. Folks, the computer died. So even when Dan is in New York, he's getting the blame for this. Brecky traveled on that one. So, Dan, if you are still tuned in, we have found out what has happened here. So hopefully you enjoy your time out there in the Big Apple or wherever you are.
Yeah, don't worry. We got this.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, Russ scrambled. Brock the Bear Bierman was back at home in the command center, probably doing a podcast. Found out he went in there and deleted another stream or something that he does with his magic wand. But anyway, less than 2 to go. Bombers lead by 17. Gibson on the dribble drive. Pull-up jumper is down and good for Gibson, as you may look to see Coach Schertz maybe start to sub in and out here. We'll see as Gibson will dog Brecky from behind. Van Pelt with a rainbow three over the top of the CEO.
Oh, boy.
Now another turnover again here from Ursuline on the lazy pass. Brooks steals it. Van Pelt again for the three ball. It's up and it's no good. Shivers with a rebound. It'll be a foul on Ursuline. So it's 64-48, 1:24 to go. The Todd Father touched on it. No quit in either team, which is sometimes, it's always a good thing, but sometimes not a great thing when you're trying to close out the game.
Right. You know, I think if you're Boone here, you look at this game and you say, where did it get away? And it's a minute. It's literally a minute and 15 seconds.
Got it.
And I think you're also encouraged by that because you played a really great game. I know there's a minute 20 left here, but it's nice to see them come out in the fourth quarter and still fight.
Yeah, and this is a very strange game, Todd, because when you look at the score, would you say that the score was closer than the score appeals, or not as close?
Absolutely. Closer than what it feels like. It's just in my opinion.
And that's more than fair.
Yeah.
But it's been very strange because it was very contested in that barrage game.
Everything was tight.
Yeah, it was really tight. At halftime we knew it was tight. The third quarter it got really tight. And then all of a sudden it ballooned to 20 and it kind of got out of hand and there was just there was a lot of discord, one would say, in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
It was. I'm trying to keep up with your. I think you used precarious.
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 I can't even say it anymore.
Yeah, nobody was listening.
I probably shouldn't use it.
That's what happens, man. You give your best stuff and there's nobody tuned in. Folks, update on Computer Gate here. Just want to falsely instructions say to plug it in, and I told Russ to make sure and plug it in. There was 100 other things to do, though. So, yes, Dan, you will gladly take the blame. Yes, long story short, it's your fault, Danny Sunsets. You're not here. Russ has done a bang-up job. We're going to hopefully come out of here with 2 victories tonight as the Bomber girls came out victorious and started out gangbusters in that one for the ladies, and they come out of here with a win, and it looks like the gentlemen are going to do the same thing. Van Pelt shot that one from Our Place Pizza over there in Kelly. Actually, it was probably the Nighthawk and Slater, but Shivers finds that one.
Shivers with a nice night. He's got 18.
Yeah, he's got to have a double-double for sure. He's probably got 18 and 15. It's almost as good as the Kaylor Johnson night we saw in the girls' game. So, but we've said it all night, and hats off to Tyson Shivers. Bryce Miller will fire the 3. It's up and good.
Yeah,
There's
gotta
that
feel good for
silky,
Bryce.
smooth jumper. That Miller jumper we need. We've come to know and love. The CEO, the Chief Energy Officer, Lincoln Miller's got to get his name in the book, and he does with a foul as Caden Aganall will check in for downtown Jackson Brown.
Link doesn't like it.
Yeah, Lincoln. Lincoln had 5 last game.
Yeah.
We Coach
Hit
Schertz
that
put him
before
in.
the
He hit
half,
the 3
right?
before the half. Coach set it up for him beautifully. I asked Parker after the game, who's the better shooter in the house? Of course, we know how that went down. Brooks with it on the dribble drive around Aganall. Aganall kind of lets him have it. Boone still in the full court pressure. Schoen gets it. He'll get it back to Aganall. Caden with the handle. Take it easy here now. Now Brecky will foul, and that'll be the 4th team foul. There's 10 seconds to go, down by 14. Now, if you're Coach Rusty Hicks, just say, hey, lay off. The game is essentially over.
Yeah, you don't want to see anything silly happen either way with injuries.
Yeah,
or
for sure. You just want to come out of here unscathed. A lot of season left, especially in the Raccoon River Conference.
I like this Boone team. They did a nice job.
I think they're not gonna surprise some people, because this won't surprise anybody after watching this game. But They play hard.
Yes.
They play a lot of guys, and they've got some dudes. I think the Shivers kid is a really good piece. Their guard play is fairly strong. They can shoot it well, and they missed some shots tonight. Let's call it that way. I will tell you this, though, Todd, from what I saw tonight, the Bombers can really score in a multitude of ways if they have to. The three ball was not going down for Ballard
I mean, can you imagine if some of the open threes had been falling? I mean, I think they put up at least 80.
80 for sure, if not 85.
Yeah, and I think as they look back on some of those, they'll want those. But obviously, that's the mark of a good team, is if you can find different ways to score the ball on off shooting nights, and just things aren't going your way. And it was really tight for 3.5 quarters.
It really was, and we saw guys tonight, and Jackson Brown, he's been a leader for us for a couple years here. I think he only finished with 5 or 6. Mason Gatchell's still out with injury. Dylan Schoen and Caden Aganaw came up huge. Ursuline had 4 or 5 blocks.
Yep. And I think Dylan was probably our leading, wasn't our leading scorer, but definitely had the most threes made tonight.
He had 2, and you don't see that out of Dylan Schoen.
Yep.
That's kind of uncharacteristic for him, but what is not uncharacteristic for Dylan and for Bryce and for Caden and for Easton is the effort with which they play.
Right.
And that can go across the board. We talked about it at the end of the third quarter when Jackson Scott, the errant pass. Jackson tips it back to Jude, and Jude finds Aganaw, and the student section rushes the floor. Kind of a neat tradition they've started here.
That's cool.
At Ballard. We did get a text message again. Russ killed it. Production was great. The play-by-play was average at best. Subpar. No, he didn't say that. It was excellent. He said it was fun being on. Danny Sunsets, we appreciate you. But, Todd, this is an exciting Ballard basketball team. Yeah. There was an outstanding crowd here tonight. Again, it's the Stomp Out the Stigma Night to raise awareness for mental health. The students did a great job in participating. Thank you to the Todd's got his own fan club down there.
That's to be my daughter.
That's great. Well, she's probably going to ask you for money later, just so you know. She's about me buy you something, a Christmas present,
right? Which
is okay. We know how that goes. Anyway, folks, it was a pleasure tonight. The Bombers are on the road Friday night down at North Polk, just down Highway 69 there in Alleman. I encourage you to come down. That's a big-time rivalry. It has been in all the sports. We've had some battles with those guys. So the girls' game will tip at 6. The boys' game will be right around there at 7:30. Saturday night down at Wells Fargo Arena, 5:30 is the tip time for that one.
Okay.
We will be playing Williamsburg, the folks from over on the east side over there. So it's kind of an interstate or game that we've got with Williamsburg. They were a state tournament participant last year as well as the Bombers. You can find the link on the Ballard Facebook post, I believe. The activities post, I think the Booster Club will probably post the link as well. You need to buy your tickets off of that link, folks. The Ballard was allotted 250, so we bought 250 tickets. So we encourage you to come down. Make a Saturday out of it if you can. Come down to downtown, maybe go to the East Village, do a little Christmas shopping. But the Ballard Bombers will tip at 5:30. Before that, they got to take care of business Friday night at North
you kind of
Polk.
hope that game is, obviously the North Polk game's your first one, but to get that experience at Wells Fargo, hopefully a precursor to how you're finishing your season.
Of things to come, for sure. Well, Todd, it was a dandy here tonight,
thanks for
just
having
like we thought. And the Todd father, you've done an outstanding job once again. We're still working on the Todd and Tim show, but anything else to add?
No, just a fun night. Love seeing you get up out of your seat. That was the most athletic I've ever seen you. So
there'll be more of that, I'm sure, to come.
What a great night. Both boys and girls getting a win tonight.
Absolutely. The Bomber girls got a win earlier in the night, followed up by the Bomber victory here. Well, we'll give him the executive producer title tonight because he earned his stripes. For executive producer Russ Zimmerman, for my color commentator Todd Father Miller, I'm Timmy Trumpets Davis, signing off here from the hangar in Huxley, Iowa. And as